Hello and welcome to the April 2020 update from Clydebridge station. We're still living in the lockdown, and I hope that you're all observing, and I hope that you're all staying safe as well, and also hope that you're doing your best to make sure that your neighbours, especially your vulnerable neighbours, are all doing okay and helping out where you can. With model shops still currently closed at the moment, what it can do is give us a chance to get on with things using stuff that we've bought some time ago but haven't got around to using yet, and that's certainly the case at Clydebridge station. Before I get underway with this month's update, and before I also give out the layout shout outs, I want to once again give a shout out to Liverpool DJ Lee Butler, who, as well as doing nightclubs and as well as doing his weekend show on Radio City in Liverpool, he's also been doing shows on Twitch. So it's www.twitch.tv/DJ Lee Butler official. He's been doing shows every night for a couple of hours, playing lots of Clubland classics, which is right up my street, and he's been encouraging people to donate money towards the NHS, in particular to the Liverpool maternity hospital, the premature babies unit. Something that's quite personal to Lee, because his 3 children were all prematurely born. All are absolutely fine though, I'm pleased to report. So could you please check out Lee Butler. His Twitter is also DJ Lee Butler. Please check him out, and he gives you the details of his next shows. Tune in and donate as well. And Lee, on behalf of everybody who's bored during this lockdown, thank you very much for providing us with the entertainment. So from that, we're going to get on to what I've been doing this month at Clydebridge station. Well, you can see here that the vast majority of the old painted black road surface is now covered over with some Metcalfe's road surfacing card, and that we've got some white lines down. I've had to do it as a bit of a patchwork here, you see, and I've still got these bits to somehow try and fill in, and I'll probably use filler for that. And you can see the problem with trying to cut. So what I'm going to be doing is getting at some point double yellow lines down both sides of this one-way street and a give way sign, and the road markers will continue that way. So that's actually what I've been doing there. I'm also going to do a little project here at the NatWest Bank. Now you'll see we've got this little stuck on NatWest sign. I'm going to be taking that off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with quite large NatWest signs, and I'll make up a side looking sign that sticks out from the front of the building, and that'll just like the clock that's down here. And what that'll do is that'll replace that little NatWest sign there. So I'm going to get on and build that in a few minutes. There is another bank coming to the layout, and when that comes, it'll be branded as a branch of Barclays. It's going to be further along. More on that shortly. So what I'll do is I'll go and get the bits ready, and I'll show you how I'm going to make this NatWest sign. Right, so I've got the structure of it built up. And what I've done is, this is flat plastic card, and I've also used these little angled bits here. I've put some down like that, and then I've put others down at a 90-degree angle to it, so it makes it create the sort of structure for the box. Now I admit that it is not the best that I could have made. Nothing that a bit of filler can't fix. Oh dear, well, oh hey ho. Okay, but that is the basic idea of the box structure to make the NatWest sign. And what I'll do next is I'm going to stick these on, one on each side. Then I'll glue it onto the building. Now I'll need to take off the old NatWest sign that I've got on there now. But when I'm referring to the NatWest sign, I'm actually meaning to their actual symbol, and I'm not meaning the National Westminster Bank lettering on there. These will just get stuck down with normal PVA, and I'll use glue to stick the box to the building, and we'll see how that looks. But I'm also going to do as a second thing, I've got some little bits of balsa wood. I'm going to try my hand with that too, and it may be I'll just dispose of this and use the balsa wood version instead. So what you may see on there may not be this. Bear with me. Right, well I made a wee change of plan, folks. What I've actually done is I went for the balsa wood instead, and I found some U-shaped trunking, which has been able to make the two ends of the sign, and goes over the top and the bottom. I've put PVA on to stick the NatWest signs on, so I'm now going to go over and stick it up on the bank. That'll be done using super glue, and once that's done we'll then show you the rest of the street scene and tell you what's happened and what's going to happen. Yes, it's a lot bigger than what I expected, but it's the sort of sign that you would expect to find on a NatWest branch of the period 1990. Now, the only thing that would have been missing from that actual sign is the sign saying service till. What I mean by that is cash machine. That would actually, in this instance, be hidden from view in that alleyway there. The bank branch that I've got on order now through a Facebook group, it does have a cash machine. But yes, that's what it looks like now. A couple of things to point out to you down at this end of the street scene at Memorial Road. Gentleman coming out of the insurance services building, looking decidedly unhappy, so I can only assume that either his insurance claim got rejected or he's discovered he's lost his no claims bonus. I'll let you decide. And also here I've got one of the benches just sitting in there. There's still road markings to get put down here, and obviously I need to sort out all this faffing about bit there. If we go along the rest of the street scene, I've got the slow sign down there for the turn. Now this bus stop sign, this is actually not self-adhesive, but you put it in water. It's like a transfer, and then about 20 or so seconds later you take it and you stick it on there. I'd done it a different way, and I'm beginning to regret that. If I'd watched how Everard Junction had done renumbering a class 31, when they repainted one from BR Blue into Rail Freight Revised livery, I would have actually learnt from there. So I'm going to learn that for making the bus stop markings there. I need to get more of those. They're 10 commandments, by the way. So I need to get more of those, because if we carry on further along here, we can see we've got these road markings laid down, and along here, this bit here is actually a bit of glue that's come through and I can't get it off, so don't know what I'm going to do there, probably paint it over. We've got this little alcove here, and this is actually going to be the bus stop for the opposite side of the road, so again I'll need to get bus stop markings for there. And I've extended the walling along here a little bit, and obviously I'll need to just start putting in all the foliage in there. That'll then allow that bit to be completed, and this will go all the way right along to the end. Now the wall does have a wee gap here, nothing I can do about that, and then it'll just go into here, and this will be another single track road again, no entry. It'll just be exit only. The bank branch is going to sit about here. It's 15 centimetres long, so it'll sit in around about here. That will then sit about there. However, I'm also thinking about, once I've got the bank branch put in there, of not putting the billboard there, but instead putting something else in here, a small nightclub called Quadrant Park. Lee Butler, would you be able to explain that to everybody? But that's certainly what will be the bank, as I say, will probably be up to here, so it'll give me this bit to play about with. You'll notice here I had to cut some of the card to get the road surfacing down. If I move my phone, you can see how, shall we say, good it is. It can't be any worse than what my local authority is when it comes to dealing with some roads. I mean, they haven't resurfaced my street for 35 years, so Fife Council, please, could you get around to resurfacing it? We would like to appreciate that. I've still got some of this card left So I may actually therefore, if we go over here to the depot, I may actually end up putting it in here in the depot bit as well. That would be a bit foliage with a sign signifying the depot. 6 car parking spaces. And I've actually got lines for them, and another 2 there. I've got the self-adhesive lines to stick down, which would look a lot better than what I've got on, so I'm keeping that option open as well. Now, before I actually go on and talk about other stuff that's been happening on the layout, I'll give you a nice unusual camera shot of it just there. And I'll just put the camera down for a minute and just tell you, if you could please check out Dean Park Station and Everard Junction, which are both set in the same era, the BR sectorisation era. Dean Park is, like mine, set in the Scottish region, whereas Everard Junction is set in the Western region, and its main focus is Network South East. So give them a little check out. If you could also please give a check out to a gentleman called Dudley Central, which is set in the West Midlands PTE Central era. He's just built a brand new retaining wall, so please go and check him out as well. And when we come to talk about layouts and shows and that, if you could check out the Cooper Model Railway Club on Facebook. Those other 3 layouts are on YouTube, but if you could check out the Cooper Model Railway Club on Facebook, they've gave me some advice in the past as well, and their show should have been in July. We should have been going to it, but obviously with the coronavirus that's now not going to be possible. So in the end, what we're just going to have to do is stay at home and do our own model railway shows here on YouTube. So if you could please check out the Cooper Model Railway Club. Now I'll take the camera back up because I was showing you some of the roof, because that's the next thing that's been done to this shed, and that is the bit that you can't see. Got brand new felt on the top of the roof over the old felt, and it's all secured down as well. There haven't been any leaks of lay into the shed, and my mum and myself both thought it was condensation that was causing the leaks, but we decided not to take any chances. So shed is all done now. There's a couple of wee bits where these knots have appeared, and you can see these little holes. Nothing that a bit of filler can't sort out though. Now we're going down here to the little station now, and before we talk about the station, just a quick shout out to the Worley Model Railway Club, who follow me here on YouTube, and if you could please give them a check out. And the Rainhill Model Railway Club as well. David Hennessy's involved in that, so if you could please check them out too. Down here on the station area, there's a couple of things being done. I've got the other 2 information boards on now. You see them there. They are actually just single-sided. Don't know if you can see, there you go. They're only one-sided, so that's not a problem for here. They're now in position. I don't have any more lamp posts at the moment. Bit of clubland. I love a bit of clubland. That's DJ Sammy. Yeah, it is, it's DJ Sammy. Anyway, back to the matter in hand here. Lee Butler would be proud of me. I've got some businessmen here about to meet and shake hands. And we've got these benches now glued here. I didn't put any here because that would possibly make this area too narrow, so I've got these benches there, so that completes this area. I've got this person here, and it's as if he just come off a train. Heaven, that's the name of the track. Oh dear, what a sad guy I am. But the plan is that I'll get this bit ballasted, and I might well actually now be able to do that right up to about here. So get these roads ballasted, so all the platforms themselves will then be ballasted. That'll then allow me to start putting in the lamp posts once I'm able to get to the model shop, once it's open again. And That'll also allow me to actually use up some more ballast, and as has already been mentioned, I'm going to have to do some for a signal gantry here, so it's quite a bit to go yet, but in the true phrase of British Rail, we're getting there. While we're actually up here, I've been talking about getting new dropper wires installed, and obviously this is how stupid I was that I didn't install them here. So I've had to clear away some of the ballast, and I'll drill holes and do that from here, here and here. So that'll give us extra power. That shunter is still not working at all, not even on the analogue test track, so I guess the decoder's blown and it's buggered again. Apologies for the language. So once the model shop's open again, I'll be back to them and get it sent away for another fixing. I have installed some dropper wire here. There. I already had the holes though before that. Now the dropper wires themselves are here, but what's actually happened is I've not installed them yet because I've run out of cable clips, would you believe? And I can't drill the dropper wires for the fiddle yard, for the depot, because I haven't got any more of these. So there is a shop that's open, B&M, that does sell these sorts of things, so hopefully, says hopefully, I'll get them done and in position by the time of the May update. There's just one last little thing to go and talk to you about. Before we get on to the last bit and what I've done here in the retail park, which isn't much, just two more shout outs for you. I want you to go into YouTube and check out the Medway Peninsula Model Railway. Now the gentleman that runs that has just become friends with me on Facebook and has subscribed to me on YouTube, and I've done likewise. So please check him out. And also an unusual one from North America, OORail.com. It's in North America, but it's actually set in the British Rail sectorisation period, so please check them out as well. They're doing a fantastic job. Now you just see the work that I've done here, and it concerns this. I had spoke some time ago about this building. It's a 10 Commandments structure, and it was originally going to be too heavy for over there where Comet is. So I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I was toying with the idea of either a bus garage or a car dealership. Now the consensus seemed to be the car dealership, but then I couldn't actually get the actual right logo for the car dealership, so come up with something else. Split unit. We can't see the split obviously, and I've chosen two defunct companies. Sports Division was a Scottish sportswear sports shop chain that was founded by Tom Hunter. It was later sold to what was JJB Sports, and they themselves went bust in 2012. MFI needs no introduction to some people. Mulland Furniture Industries began as a mail order business selling flat pack furniture. They opened their first store in Balham in the early 70s, and by the mid 70s the mail order division was closed down. And they were very successful in the 80s when people were buying their council houses and doing them up, although their reputation for dodgy furniture didn't seem to go away, and in the end in 2008 I think it was, or 2009, it just went all flat pack for MFI and they went bust. But that sign is typical of their logo at the time of this layout being set in 1990, and the same with Sports Division. The retail park is not yet complete because obviously I've got to get more fencing along there, and then I've got to try and fix that and get it straight up, and then obviously do work in there. So that's probably going to be one of my next focuses, is going back here to the retail park. I've got two more of those non-working lights to put in as well, so there's quite a lot still to do. It might not seem it, but trust me, it is. Now that's all that I've got for the April update. There'll be a bit more done by the time of the May update, but as I say, I'm not concentrating too much on the layout. I'll maybe spend one day a week on the layout, because with me in furlough now, it's given me a chance to do things like the garden and getting excuse me, getting some things done out there as well. And I'm waiting on timber care getting delivered from Wicks, which will allow me to paint this shed and then paint fences. So I've got plenty outside to keep me going. Oh, must remember, just before I finish, billboard. I'd originally downloaded an intercity poster, but the billboard that I was using, the poster's a bit too big, so I'm going to adjust it, cut the ends of the billboard hoarding, and I'm going to stick it in about there. And it's one that has, now I think it's got it under here. That's it there, and that's the Barclays logo, which I might also need to change in size. So I'll maybe have to reduce that a bit more and then get it to fit onto the billboard. But I'll be putting it about there. So that is a little message to train passengers arriving at Clydebridge station. Well, that really is all for the April 2020 update. I hope that you check out the layouts and clubs that I've mentioned to you, and I hope that you, if you haven't already done so, please like and follow Clydebridge Station on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe here on YouTube. And also follow me on Twitter as well. The layout is going to be progressing again, as I say, next month, and so hopefully I'll have a little bit more done for you. In the meantime, please enjoy your layouts and stay safe. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye for now.